it's October, part of our 40 days and 40 nights of aftermath of the trip.
October.
And I get a call from a TV producer. And he got my name from Cecil Simchesha, that they're doing a Coca-Cola commercial and they want a band. They want an orchestra, to shoot an orchestra as part of this thing. And I go, I could do way better than band. I'll get you a band and a full dance troupe. And so away we went. Kuzik.
Was it a Thursday night at the dance hall?
Might have been.
And someone brought up that we need a couple of dancers. Who's willing to do this?
Yeah.
And nobody was, because we were so tired, but everybody was, because we kind of couldn't live without each other.
That's what
for
I was
a while
saying.
there.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, what is it? Well, we have to be out there at 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning, or 8 o'clock.
Well, it was Saturday. It was Saturday, but the weather was bad, so it was rescheduled to Sunday. So yeah.
Oh, is that how it worked?
Yeah.
And I just remember, well, that early in the morning, no. And then, but everybody showed up anyway. And it was just smoking hot.
Yeah.
It was October, and it should have been 14, 15 Celsius as a high.
Yeah.
And it hit, I think, 33 or 34 Celsius that day.
Yeah.
And we had gone to a social the night before. Myself and Bill, we were living together at that time on Cherokee Bay. We loaded up, went out, and of course everybody brought some refreshments with them.
Out to Starbucks.
It may be out to Starbucks. And what was the story? We were waiting because there was some negotiation.
Well, what happened was they built the TV crew built a stage in the middle of a farmer's field.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it was Sunday morning, and the farmer's coming home with his family from church. These guys hadn't asked his permission to build a stage in the middle.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was.
Because we were just already in our city waiting, and there was this big negotiation.
Yeah.
So they just showed up in somebody's field and decided to cut down.
Yeah, so they built a stage, and so the film crew had to negotiate. So that was next.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are just melting like cheap candles in all these heavy uniforms.
Yeah.
And then they had to run into town because they forgot to buy paint.
Yeah.
So they're painting this plywood stage that they built gold. Now it's like noon or
And we've been sipping all morning.
We've been sipping away. And Patty Lenyuk had worked an all-nighter.
All-nighter.
So
double shift.
She was sleeping under one of the vehicles because that's the only place it was
shade. Yeah.
Quasi-cool, but it was still probably plus 27.
Yeah.
And so when we finally got on and started doing the takes, there was nothing left to drink that was cool.
Nothing cold.
Yeah. So
including the Coke.
The Coke was the worst. So they kept spritzing it with this gluey substance and then spray it immediately before you held it with water so that the water droplets would sit there and look so cool. And we'd have to drink it.
You'd have to drink it.
I had to drink it because the point was to take a big long swig and then go, Coke's the greatest. It was not great at all. It was like drinking boiling oil. And so the carbonation keeps building up. About 10, 20 days into Coke's, and you see these five guys just rip their headphones off. And it wasn't on purpose. There's nothing I can do. But I think that's the final take. Unfortunately, it was very late in the afternoon. It may have even been somewhat slurred, as I recall. They had enough. We'd had enough.
Well, you'll see it right now. And so and so afterwards, they were very impressed with the whole group.
Oh,
Coke's the greatest. Let's talk about how that funded your university education.
Yes, interesting final point. They because they wanted someone to speak. I think everybody else was passed out on the vehicles or whatever. I was the only one standing. They said, "Okay, you just have to say this one line." And little did I know that for a speaking piece, you would get a different residual than everyone else.
We were silent on camera, and we got checks for years, but you really got checks.
Every time it played, I got $30. And I remember sitting in, it was the Winter Olympics in 1980.
Yes.
And that Coke commercial was
constantly.
And I'm sitting in a chalet watching the game.
We're going downhill skiing. That's when Finland, where Canada blew a game to Finland. And yeah.
And we're watching this on television
Yeah.
in the chalets after skiing.
Yeah.
And every time it would come on, Petra would
Cha-ching.
look across me and go, cha-ching. $30. Well, it ended up paying for my first 2 years
Here,
of
here.
architecture school.
Bravo. Okay, Selensky, what do you remember about the Coca-Cola commercial?
Well, it was a great opportunity for us to see what it's like to get into the
Show business.
show business and the production of a commercial. As a matter of fact, it sparked some of us on to go do some background work for stanzas and some of the films and series that were produced in Manitoba.
There you go.
But that was an interesting day. That was a little longer than I thought it was going to take, and a little hotter than I thought it was going to be that day, which was an unusual heat for that time of year.
Yeah, it was middle October, and just that day, it was like a heat wave.
And we're driving out in the middle of nowhere, close to Starbuck, and trying to find this film crew out there, and Taras, who was organizing this all. We did what we needed to do. Pat Kuzik was the center of it all, hilarious most of the time, trying to drink a Coke that was lukewarm in the sunshine, sprayed with glycerin to make it look like it's refreshing and it's been sitting in ice all day. It was a lot of fun. I think it was started some of us off into doing some background work for some of the films coming around and seeing that we could actually make some money on
We
this.
got residuals for years
We
after
got
that.
residuals. We got some royalties. It was wonderful.
Right on. So after the trip, one day I get a call from a movie producer, and I guess he got my name from Cecil Simchesha, and he said, "Well, we're shooting a Coke commercial, and can you put together a small orchestra for this commercial?" And I said, "I can do better than that. I can get you a whole dance troupe." And so, lo and behold, we went out in this farmer's field on a very hot Sunday, and shot this Coca-Cola commercial. And one of the funny stories was, I don't think that they'd asked the farmer permission to use his wheat field. And so the farmer and his family were going to church and did this beeline. And so the thing got delayed while they're negotiating with him for the use of his field to shoot this Coke commercial. And I have the Coke commercial, and you will see it. But I did get a letter from them afterwards, which was really nice. And on behalf of FSI Productions and our client Scullard Productions, I would like to thank you for arranging and coordinating the dancers for the recent television shoot. Please extend my sincere thanks to all of them. Everyone was very impressed with the whole group. So that was our Coca-Cola shoot.
So I was one of the lucky ones to be in this Coke commercial, along with my sister Patricia, who was working 12-hour shifts at the plastics unit at Health Sciences. But she didn't want to miss being in the commercial. So it was only supposed to be a couple hours, according to Taras. It wouldn't take long.
Never.
But anyway, it ended up being all day and all afternoon.
Yeah.
So Patricia ended up not sleeping at all, going to work and working another 12 hours, all for the Coke. What a trooper.
I want to add an additional comment to the Coke commercial, and I think everyone that was there will back me up. It was a Sunday, so obviously with this group, except for Patty, who actually was responsible and worked for a living, we were all on Saturday night doing something irresponsible, and it was an early shoot. So no one was really feeling all that great, and it was a hot day. And what I remember is that as the hours went on and on and on, we finally got to the finale, and that's when they decided, what a good idea it should be that you guys that are dancing, you would do all your rocks and everything, and then have this bottle of Coke to have a big gulp of. Well, meanwhile, they bought a 12-pack, I think, or a 6-pack, and it's been sitting in some guy's truck for 3 days. So it was like steaming hot.
They sprinkled water on the outside.
Steaming hot. So you're holding this thing, you could barely put it in your hand. And then the guy comes with some kind of little polyethylene glycol bottle or something, and he's spraying it down, and it looks ice cold because of it. So you do your thing, but don't drink it, because we only got 6 bottles. You take a sip, it's like, Mysteries of that commercial. There was the Coke was actually just poured.
But we had to sign a thing that we wouldn't be seen in public for so many years drinking Pepsi.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
No Coke, Pepsi.
Yes.
Ryan
We
Pepsi.
had to join the actor union.
Yes, we were actor members.
Things go better when you and Coke get together. Everybody's looking, searching for the best. Coca-Cola's got the taste, living life is fresh. Things go better when you and Coke get together. Ah, Coke's the greatest. Coke has life, Coca-Cola has life.
Okay, Hans, so we were on this epic trip with 50 people for just over 4 weeks, and then we get home. What was that like?
Hard. It was because that time was so epic and emotional for so many of us. You're meeting your family for the first time. You're in Scotland where they love you. You're like rock stars there. Everything, and then
Nothing.
and then nothing. Got to the airport. Mama was there. I can't remember who she got a ride with, and she asked us, "Czy wy baczyli mi tato?"
Yeah.
And we said, yeah. And then, she burst into tears. We got home and we talked for hours.
Yeah, yeah.
And I kept saying
Like
to
a
her,
decompression.
decompression. And then it was sort of blindsided by that because I thought, wow, we had all of these connections and it's cut off right now.
Yeah,
Everything's cut off.
yeah.
And got up in the morning and
And there aren't 4 people in your room.
right, 4, there's not 20, there's not,
Yeah.
like nothing of that is happening. And all of that,
So one of the things about this trip is that we had spent, I don't know what it was, 4 or 5 weeks with 40, 50 people. You're constantly around this crowd. It's family. It's an absolute love fest. And then when we got home, I was all alone. And it felt, I mean, Star Trek wasn't invented yet, but this would have been like a Borg being removed from the collective. It was just so crushing and just so disoriented. I was disoriented, honest, for like 40 days. I don't think I went to my law school classes. All we did was for 40 days and 40 nights was get together, different groups. We would party and just go on and on and on.
I ended up leaving, right? I went back to Thunder Bay.
Yeah, after the show, yeah.
Hmm. So it was even more of a severance, right? That it felt surreal to go from one reality into another so quickly.
One of the things I also missed was the fellow dancers too. Like you don't live with your fellow dancers day to day. you know, like you wake up, they're there. You go to sleep, they're there. They're like family, you know, like they're fun, they're irritating, whatever, but they're like family. And yeah, I kind of miss that day to day. It was kind of like it got quieter, and but you had all these memories to compensate for it.
Okay, so in my youth, I was challenged with very sensitive skin and with eczema. And so when we were dancing, you know, we would perspire for 3 hours of very solid workout at UNF Hall. And there was no such thing as a shower at UNF Hall. So after practice, we'd put on our tight jeans and our clothes after having sweated for 3 hours, nice salty sweat. Went down to UNF Club because that's what we did. And then, of course, we couldn't just go home. At that point, we had to go to someone's house for a party. Being a little bit ingenious, but having sensitive skin. This often meant that I would end up in either a bathtub or a shower at someone else's house. And inevitably, over the course of the summer and fall, it turned into some very epic bathtub parties. We were young at one point. Rubber Ducky, you're the one. After the show, there was like 40 days and 40 nights of just nonstop get-togethers. And I recall one time where, do you remember us picking you up from the airport?
Yes. That was like Donna, you were there too, right? I think it was Donna and you and Deanna picked me up from the airport, and I didn't go home for 2 days. I traveled around with my suitcase.
And then it was Monday morning, it was time to go to work.
Yeah, time to go to work. Still had my suitcases. And
She's got the same clothes from the airplane. And so I carried her into work. Were you at Gulf?
Yeah, Gulf Oil.
She was Gulf
My
Oil.
suitcase.
So with her suitcase, I carried, like officer to gentleman, I carried her in and put her down at her desk. and then we just kept partying.
Yeah. And then I think I finally made it home.
So one of the traditions that started up is we've talked about the sort of the 40 days and the 40 nights after the trip where people just couldn't be without each other. So you'd be at a party and you'd be up late and somebody would, you know, leave the party maybe at 10 o'clock. And then at 3 o'clock in the morning we'd say, well, we miss so-and-so. So what became a new tradition is we would dial them up on the telephone and we would sing Silver Bells. And that's one of the most beautiful traditions that we've ever come up with.
Hello? Do you know what time it is?
Silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring, soon it will be Christmas Day.
Happy birthday, Eunice Eustachian.
No hayanita, 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 no hayanita,
say about the year was the formation of friendships, right?
Right.
And they had already been in place, right, with the group preparing for this phenomenal lived event. And so the friendships were there. And, you know, and then life goes on, and some of us move to different provinces and or just lose touch. Friendships come and go, but some have stayed. And I'm grateful that yours and mine, which to me is really a lot about Scotland. I haven't laughed that hard. We laughed at everything.
Yeah.
We just, I am so grateful.
Because while we were on the trip, even before going on the trip, this already reminded me of Mad Dogs and Englishmen. For anybody who ever seen the movie, it's about a tour. It's about a rock and roll tour in the summer of 1970. This commune of people. And this struck me as absolutely the same thing. So by the time we had been in Scotland, I was already writing the Mad Dogs and Ukrainian lyrics about the trip. And the thing is, this wasn't before internet, so I didn't have lyrics, I didn't have access to the music, so I was just going from memory. And then there was my roommate Smook. And Smook, when we went on the trip, he was engaged to be married, and we had a picture of his fiancée between our beds. And you know, we had a lot of heavy conversations about end tables.
Important stuff.
Important stuff, end tables. And so by the time we got back from the trip, he wasn't going to buy end tables anymore. So there were a lot of examples of connections made, lifetime friendships made. It really was a huge family. Like, I don't know how many other people sort of were shocked into changes after the trip, but I know I certainly was one of those. Okay, so the group has spawned some very talented choreographers and dancers over the years, but we also had some amazing songwriters who came up with some absolute classics. And one of them is the Tender Love Ballad that Donna Babbitt and I came up with, and it's called I Peed in Your Pocket. I peed in your pocket.
I peed in your ear.
I peed in your pocket.
Do you still love me, dear? I peed in your pocket.
I peed in your shoe.
I peed in your pocket.
And I said, I love you. I love you, Donna Babbitt.
I love you. Mwah.
So, Eunice Justitian from Euclid Avenue, what do you remember about the trip?
I don't remember a damn thing. It was all a dream.
It was magical. It was
Yeah.
there was magic in the air from the minute we were on, and all the pictures on Air Canada on the stair, right? And everything had a magic about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the imprinting was so strong, because it was like a year, well, two, build up to it, of just an unbelievable lived experience.
Let's do this. Oh. Goodbye.